batch of slaves. You know?
Right, because they're the ones that are going to try to escape.
Yep, yep.
And the Lord wants it to be so because they're going to be preserved. Right? So that they don't, all these nations don't get completely annihilated. You know? So they're going to be preserved so that they can serve out that sentence.
It says, verse 28, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our power, the vengeance of his temple.
That's what we want to be. We want to be them that escape Babylon. Right? That's why we're declaring all these things. You know?
We're declaring the vengeance of the Lord, what he's about to bring upon this world, man.
While we're doing this work, and we're out here calling to the Lord, calling to people to come into the Lord's vineyard, man.
Right. Exactly.
That's why it says to declare.
They're realistic. Right. They're realistic.
To bring those that can hear it into the Lord's resting place, into the house. You know, there's that song "Like a Stone" where he says, "In your house I long to be." Yeah, man. All right, hey, man, you want to seat at that table. That's what you want. You want to seat at the table. The marriage, the wedding.
There's a lot of tables at a marriage and a wedding, you know?
Yeah, man, a lot of seats.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said, go out into the streets and gather all that will come. You know, and then, you know, afterwards when it's time, and you know, they're going to be going through and be like, sir, how came you in without a wedding garment?
That's right. It says, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done. Do unto her, for she hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel.
Right, because what did Isaiah say? This guy, he said he's going to ascend above the heights of the clouds and be like the Most High. He was going to sit on the congregation in the sides of the north. He's going to stand with his foot on Jacob's neck, basically.
Right. And this is one of his main nests here in the north. All right, the United States of America sit on the north of America.
Yeah, it's in the north. The northern country.
And he's sitting on the congregation, like the brother mentioned. It's the congregation of the Israelites. He's ruling over us. He's oppressing us. You know, as a nation, it don't matter if you're not in the truth. Your ass is still being oppressed. Even though spiritually your father's the devil, he don't give a fuck. When martial law commences and you got these troops out here, you're gonna be looking to kill your asses too. You know?
He's gonna be sparing none.
Yeah.
He's not gonna spare anybody.
You know, drone strike the projects.
He's gonna kill it.
And go into the hood with tanks.
Right. And then even those people that get chipped up don't even matter because you're gonna get hit with nuclear missiles.
Yep.
And that's why I said the vengeance of the Lord is terrible.
Oh yeah.
It's vicious, man.
Because we brought out how the elite, they make a diligent search. So they know that if they brand you, your ass is grass.
What's the Patriot Act?
The Patriot Act? That was a policy that was implemented after 9/11 that gave the government free course to basically spy on everything.
How? Why?
Why?
Yeah, how?
So
No. That was wrong. So leave their agenda.
Why did they do it?
Yeah.
Because their agenda is to take over the world. They're trying to bring in a new world order in which everybody.
Yeah, but they've already having their agenda.
To have total control.
No, they don't have total control.
Some monarchy, like Like, it's fucked up.
They want to be able to control your mind, bro. They want it to where
They're doing some Neuralink and all that.
yeah, that's why they're doing that. Well, the Bible calls it the mark of the beast, and it's the hour of temptation. There's gonna be a point when this guy's gonna come and say, "You either gonna take the chip."
Well, we're still waiting for the two to go to the Wailing Wall.
The what?
Wailing Wall and Jerusalem.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
That's the helper and all that.
That's some left-hand magic. What's really happening, like Jerusalem is being rebuilt right now in spirit, because the true Israelites, so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, are waking up. That's the true Jerusalem. That's why the scripture calls it stone. We're like stones in the temple, right? So that shit that's going on over there is on the left hand. That's
there's 12 tribes.
the ephod and stones.
12 tribes of Israel, right?
yeah.
Wouldn't there be more of them?
Why would there be more? There's 12 sons.
They all, Judah and all of them comes from Israel, right? Jacob,
right?
which is the son of Isaac, which is the son of Jacob.
Right.
So wouldn't they all be under the tribe of Abraham then?
No.
Because Abraham was the first one.
I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But no, that's not how it works. So get Romans the 9th chapter now. Oh, okay, yeah. Whoever wants to get it. So it even tells you in the scriptures that you know, just because you're of the stock of Abraham doesn't make you a child of the promise, right? Because the Lord made covenants with certain people, and that's it.
What's true? I have questions all the time. And I ask questions that people like send me like not want to answer and like just talk.
Well, if you have any questions
because
about
the question, look, my problem is that when I have the questions that I do, like the serious questions, the super serious questions, you just feel bad just even thinking. Yeah.
oh yeah, we answer them.
Okay.
If it has to do with the Bible, we answer them. Like, why do kids die? Like, why do babies fucking get raped and shit? The Lord does that. All judgment comes from the Lord, and we've all lived past lives. That's why you might have a 4-year-old that gets burned in a fire and fucking dies a gruesome death. It was because of something that he did in his past life that he had to be judged for in that life that he lived. You know, that's why there's still births. Well, look at the account of David, right? David, one of his sons died at the crib. And that was a punishment to David.
What's separated the northern kingdom from the southern kingdom?
The Lord did that.
Are you should have a witness?
Huh?
What are you guys?
We're Israelites. We're Hebrew Israelites.
Non-denominational?
Well, that's what we are. We're Hebrew Israelites. So, like, religion as it is a lie. The Lord only gave the promise to Israel.
And what throws me off about the whole Jesus thing is that he never said to worship him. When he preached the Bible, he never said worship me, he said worship the Father.
But the Father said to worship. The Most High.
He went. He wouldn't even do that. But that's what they say is that in killing Jesus, that was the ultimate sacrifice to God. And that he doesn't want any more sacrifice because Jesus is the ultimate sacrifice.
Right. So what's your question about that? That's true.
Because I was saying, Jesus said, don't pray to him. Don't pray to him, pray to his Father.
Right, but the Father himself
Was Jesus.
no, it's different. They're two separate people, right?
But
That's why it says
Trinity, there's the Spirit.
that's another lie. Because the Trinity goes back to the ancient Babylonian culture, like the Tower of Babel. That goes back to Semiramis, Nimrod, and Tammuz. That's where you get the Trinity. Like basically, Nimrod died, and Nimrod had a son from his own mom. Like they had, there was like an ancestral relationship. And then she was saying that Nimrod was the son, and so the son was being born, and that her son was Nimrod. You know, so that's where the Trinity came from. Let me look for that scripture, because in the New Testament it tells you many times, "This is my son whom I am well pleased." You know, listen to him. Go ahead and bring it up.
This is Matthew chapter 17, verse 5. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. And behold, a voice out of the cloud, which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him.
So this is St. John 5:20. It says, For the Father loveth the Son, and showeth him all things that himself doeth. And he will show him greater works than these, that ye may marvel. For as the Father raiseth up the dead, and quickeneth them, even so the Son quickeneth whom he will. For the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son, that men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. He that honoreth not the Son, honoreth not the Father which has sent him. Right? So, Yahushua came, Jesus came in... Yeah, that's his real name in Hebrew.
What does that stand for?
It means he delivers. He saves. Yahushua. That's the Lord's actual name.
Yeshua Yamashiach.
That's Yiddish. That's what them small hats speak.
What's the difference?
The difference is there's no J's, there's no O's in the ancient Hebrew.
I don't know the ancient Hebrew.
So that's, so it wouldn't be Yeshua, it's Yahweh Shai.
Yeah,
the Most High's name is Yahweh, which means he exists.
Yeah, it's a different guy.
Who is? Then who?
Remember I mentioned the dude being...
Oh, okay.
It's a different guy.
Yeah.
Spot on, looks like him.
Yeah.
Who, me?
He thought he recognized you, but
No,
you're not that.
I mean, I've had people talk to me.
So, the Lord, as it says in the scriptures, you're supposed to worship the Son as you worship the Father. Yeah. And there's many different places where there's a clear...
Was it Jesus? Jesus was the Son?
Yeah, he's the Most High's Son. Right, because when you go... Well, his name is Yahweh Shai.
Like, was... In the Bible, does it Jesus... or whatever, when you're saying this prayer, when you're Catholic, just the only begotten Son. Are we all God's sons and daughters and stuff?
If you're an Israelite, that's true.
Then you are son.
Yeah, because in the Bible, right, the Most High, he made a covenant with Abraham, right? And he said, I will multiply you above the stars of heaven, and I would give, these blessings to your seed after. And then that blessing went to Isaac, and then there was Jacob and Esau, but that blessing skipped over Esau and went to Jacob. Because even though Esau was the firstborn, it was prophesied that Jacob would get the inheritance. And then you get the 12 tribes of Israel, and that's the only people on earth that the Most High is dealing with.
Now you're arguing that all that comes from the first family of Abraham, all Abraham's grandsons. So they have a lot more other grandsons.
He has more, right? But it went through Isaac. That's why it said, "In Isaac shall thy seed be called." Get Romans.
I know, but they're the same blood as Abraham.
But they have to be of the seed of Israel.
But why?
Because they're the chosen. That's the way it's set up.
Because they were arguing. God wrestled him all night long and then touched his leg and was like,
Now Israel did it. Right. Well, what's your point then? What are you trying to say with that? That doesn't change who Israel is. That doesn't change that you have to be an Israelite.
But no, what I'm saying is you can have the same blood as Israel's sons,
Then you would
same
be
blood
an Israelite.
I don't know, but you could have the same blood coming from Ishu and not Ishu.
Ishmael? No.
Same bloodline, because it'd be Abraham's son. Isaac and him are the same dad,
Right.
but different moms.
Go read Romans 9. Yeah, just start at the top.
This is Romans 9:1. I say the truth is in Christ, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
Pay attention to how it says, my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Go ahead.
Who are Israelites,
Who are Israelites. Go ahead.
to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises.
So all those things were given to the Israelites. It doesn't mention anything. Say it again. Read it back.
Romans 9:4, who are also, Romans 9:3, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
My brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, right? According to the sex, the seed. Go ahead.
Who are Israelites,
Who are Israelites. Go ahead.
to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises.
All those things were given to the Israelites. Nobody else is mentioned. Ishmael's not mentioned. None of the other nations are mentioned. Only to the Israelites. The adoption, right? When he talks about like Yahweh or Jesus, he died for the adoption of the Israelites. He adopted Israel to himself because the Most High cast Israel away. So the Lord had to die in order to reconcile Israel, God's people, back to him. Well, these are the Israelites.
Yeah,
This is who the actual.
they come from Jacob.
Yeah, these people.
But what about
That's why they went into slavery. Ishmael is not.
I know, but I'm saying is
Go ahead. What do you think?
if his brother died, his wife went to have the same kids, same blood.
So,
You know what I'm trying to say though?
no.
So if let's say Benjamin, Levi, and Judah have the same mom as Israel, Jacob, say except with their mom, so that's 3, right?
Right.
You take it. Jacob dies, Israel's still alive. He has sex with Benjamin, Levi, and Judah's mom.
I get you.
Then their kid would have the same exact blood.
It goes through your father.
I know, but if Ishmael and Jacob
They would be Ishmaelites.
No, but if Ishmael and Jacob both have the same blood and mom, that would make them 100% the same, right?
No, because the Lord separated.
But are they have the same mom?
They have the same.
Or no, they're
No, they had a different. They have a different mom. Yeah. They have a different mom, but the same dad.
yeah.
So,
So they're like half the Jew, half the Gentile.
but look at Jacob and Esau. They have the same mother and father. They were twins. They came out of the same womb. But go into that about Jacob and Esau in Genesis, 25? And pay real close attention to what it says. But I see what you're saying. But, we'll be right back.
I see.
You're gonna miss it.
Huh?
You're gonna miss it. We're not gonna stop and wait.
I'm not trying to make you angry, bro.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're not gonna hurt our feelings.
Is this good?
He's got questions. I'm trying to answer his questions. Okay, so go ahead. It's fine.
This is Genesis chapter 20.
So Jesus is
Yahweh Shai, that's his name. That's his real name. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 19. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
So she was saying, if I'm going to have kids, why am I having these pains in my belly?
They're twins, right?
Yeah, they're twins.
So
they're struggling with each other in the womb. They're fighting. She's saying, if I'm to have kids, why am I going through these pains?
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, they both have the same exact blood.
So pay
Jacob's-
attention. Right, pay
When
attention.
Jacob
though.
passes, Yishu has to take over Jacob's wife
Who's
as his
talking
wife.
about
Yeah, this is talking about.
No, he is.
Oh, okay. But
So you see what I'm saying? Look, you see what I'm saying?
No, we
Jacob-
know.
So then if he weds with Jacob's wife and then has kids with Jacob's wife, they're twins. They'd be a complete match of them. So there are more tribes of Judah.
no, pay attention.
It says, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
So the Lord
rivals.
separated them. The Lord, even though they're twins, the Lord said two completely different nations are in thy womb. Go ahead.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger.
Pretty much, no?
Why Jerusalem and Palestine are fighting?
Yeah.
Well, they're both fighting. Those people are fighting because they're not meant to be in the land. They're not supposed to be there. They're supposed to be
there then?
because they stole it. The small hats, they called themselves the Jews, but they're not. Those aren't the actual
Well, the
Israelites.
ones that are staying in Jerusalem.
Yeah,
I know.
They're fucking impossible. Right? They're
But we
not-
can't say that.
I could say that.
We can't.
So my face turns. Because it's the truth.
Well, it would be right to say it.
Even when I don't have the right, I'm gonna say it until they cut my fucking head off. I don't get to do it. That's the thing. That's why
You literally
Romans 12.
I'm gonna be kind of dark. I mean, cheap. We can just tolerate. It's not. I've lived out here my whole life. It's disgusting.
yeah, this whole place is messed up.
Filth.
Right? But
And I feel like well, when he comes, when she's coming, sooner than later, is he got Sodom and Gomorrah, but he's gonna hit every city that's like that.
this is Sodom.
Spiritual.
This is spiritual Sodom.
Sodom is serious. This is the series of Sodom, right?
America as a whole.
Egypt. I was like, what the fuck?
The whole land of America is spiritually Sodom.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Is it? Are you guys from the temple? Do you guys go to the temple? Like, what's those
We don't do small hats.
Oh, you're the tribe of John the Baptist. No?
We're Israelites. This brother's a Simeonite. This brother's an Ephraimite. I'm a Benjamite.
Benjamin. My middle name's Benjamin.
That's what's up.
That's fine.
What's your nationality?
I don't think I've ever survived with
What's your nationality? You know?
half Azorian, a quarter Gaelic German, Blackfoot.
What's
Navajo.
you know what your dad is? You know what your dad is?
Yeah, he's half German, Gaelic German, and then Blackfoot. Navajo, and Navajo Apache, and Cherokee.
Alright.
And what else is he? He's English. He's English, Irish.
Yeah.
Randy Stephen Price. He passed away though.
Well,
My grandpa, he taught the CYA and stopped me for 40 years.
so basically the only people that the Lord is coming to save is Israel. And if you're not an Israelite, then why are you here?
Yeah, what's the point?
Because
Sorry.
all things were created for Israel. Yeah, go ahead.
There's 2nd Esdras 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Right.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
Because thou madest the world for our sake, talking about Israel. Right? All the other nations were created to be subservient to the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and as like the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us, and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
Right, so that's important. The wording is always very important. Thy firstborn, thy lover, thy only begotten. You know? So that's all about Israel, and it's not about anybody else.
Wasn't the only begotten that corresponds to John 3:16, right?
Yeah, and it's talking about Israel. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son for
Why'd
it.
they kill him?
Why'd they kill him? That was part of the plan. He had to die to reconcile Israel back to him.
Is he coming back? Wait, when he comes back, does he come back with that this said in John, or does he come back as born again?
He's coming back. as
Born
the-
again?
No, he's coming.
Born again?
No, he's coming with his power.
But
So you know those lights in the sky that people call UFOs, those pictures like that?
yeah.
Those are actually angels. He's coming back with those. And they ain't gonna be burning lights far off in the distance. You're gonna be able to see them. Right, the wheel within a wheel.
Yeah.
You're gonna see it, that's gonna cover the sky. That's the Lord's return.
Why did he leave?
Why did he leave?
The first time. Like, well, no, the first time. Like, I mean, the first time, like, Pangea back then, way back. Because he's left 3 times, right? Or he's left twice and came back the second time.
No.
But he never left.
He was here once, slowly,
But
right?
way back, he left back before the flood. Like, are we going to get back to that? Or is that worse? Like, because let's say world without end, amen.
Yeah, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established on earth.
How are they going to do that without
With
killing everyone?
You're going to kill everyone.
Why?
Because you have to destroy the old to bring in the
Then
new.
you have to
Get 2 Peter 3.
Well, we're going to be judged on all the things that we haven't been caught for.
You'll be judged for
Everybody's going to be judged for the things that they have been caught for and what they haven't been caught for.
So what you have to realize
Is that when they established life sentences? Like, are we going to be they call Earth Midgard, right? In the middle, it's like where the tree of life and the tree of death have the words. Right? So, like, does that mean the tree of life is going to come to the tree of earth? The earth? Like, does it come? Kinda?
you have to understand what the tree of life even is. It's not an actual tree.
It's
not a tree.
It's like a realm. It's a person. Well, yeah. Metatron's best friend. Elijah's best friend. What they're death.
We're coming back to the tree of life, to the true understanding of
What
life.
if Dad's too angry?
What do you mean?
What if Dad's too angry?
That's why his son had to die.
What if he's too angry?
That's why his son had
What if
to
he's too
die.
angry to come back? He doesn't even want to.
He's gonna come back because he's angry.
What if Jesus wants to come back? But, I'm saying, what if Jesus wants to come back, but God's like, no, they're not ready yet. Then he's like, I want to come back, but look how they're suffering. Then God's like, no, not time. But he's like, come on. Doesn't that piss off everybody in heaven? Like, why aren't you?
The heaven.
They're like, this is they're not like Tiny Tim. Look at him. Like, come on, God. Like, said Jesus is not like. Why can't we go back? What are we waiting for?
The Lord is anxiously waiting. But he can't go until the Most High gives the word to go. All prophecy has to be fulfilled. So there has to be an economic disaster. There has to be the market.
What's up, Maddie?
Right? They want to put an actual chip in.
What's up, man? Subway downtown, what's up? Why? Why? We'll talk when I get back to the shelter here. I've been talking here now. I was talking to
There's Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both seek and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads.
Right, read it again.
There's Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, so remember when we read about Jacob and Esau and how two nations,
one of my best friends passed away recently, Esau.
Well, two nations will be separated from the womb.
A-S-I-A.
E-S-A-U. E-S-A-U. That's Esau.
Yes.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Okay, you're saying that.
So Jacob and Esau were separated as two different peoples. Esau is the nation of Edom, which is the so-called white man on earth today. That's who they are. That's who the Edomites are on earth today.
Those are Adam's children, right? Those three. No? Are these the Edomites?
Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Those are the Edomites?
No. Edom is the so-called white man today. So, like, white people on earth, their true nationality, if they are of that nation, right? The earth has been mixing among them for a long time. But if they're of the nation, the earth has been mixing and mingling among each other for a long time. But white people, as a heritage, who they are as a nation, are Edomites. They came from Esau. Right? It tells you in the story that that baby came out red all over like a hairy garment. Right? So that baby came out pink. That baby came out
like albino.
Like a white person.
Albino.
Right, exactly.
But he was his brother. They're twins.
Right. So one came out black, one came out albino.
So Jacob is
right. That's why the tribe of Judah is the so-called black people. Right?
The tribe of Judah are the ones that protect the pyramids, the three pyramids, right?
You come up with the craziest.
right? No, you're not.
The tribe of Judah that's the head tribe.
But that's a part of it, though, is that they didn't have that because they built it.
What, Egypt?
My dad didn't like what the fact about. My dad told me that building pyramids wasn't like as bad as they said that it was. It was like part of what they had to do. It was 4 years of building it.
No, it was terrible.
But it was part of it. Like you had to build it for 4 years, but after that,
400 years of slavery.
No, but my dad was saying that the Israelites built it for 4 years and then it'd be out.
400.
No. Yeah, no, I get that. But it was 100 years, 4 years for each. No.
What you're saying, buddy? There's 400 years of slavery. So, the Edomites are the devil that the Bible speaks about. The Bible talks about the devil coming down with great wrath, right? Lucifer, Isaiah 14, that's for the devil. They're going to go into slavery along with the other nations for 1,000 years. white people are the Edomites. They're ruling the earth right now.
Why? They're not supposed to.
They are.
But they're not supposed to.
They shouldn't be.
They're a serving class. They're part of the subservient class, though.
Yeah, but you're right.
I know. You're not supposed to.
But it's a punishment to Israel. That's why these nations are ruling over Israel today. That's why Israel went into slavery under white people. It was a punishment from God. That's why they're ruling the earth right now. It's a punishment. Right? And plus,
yeah, this is like where you go. It's
we're in
like
hell.
either level up or level down, but you gotta get one shot at it.
Go ahead.
This is hell.
Yeah, we're in hell.
We're at the top level, though, right?
No, we're at the bottom.
Why are we at the bottom? We're not the ninth level now. There's only 7.
Go ahead.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Right, so the beast, talking about Esau's rulership on earth, with NATO and the European Union, all right, they're the ones basically running things on earth, you know, America being the head of it, right? America's like the superpower of the world. And then with the European Union, they have NATO, which is the force that basically everybody's been afraid of since World War I and II. Now, that image that it's talking about is the New World Order. And it said that the mark of the beast would be given to people, and they wouldn't be able to buy or sell without it. So that's
biometrics.
Yeah, so that's part of the image.
They're already doing that.
But they want to actually implant a microchip inside. That's the mark of the beast.
I don't think they can do that.
They will. Because they're going to look. Think about it like this. Imagine this.
Oregon and Washington were the first to do that.
Let's imagine California is New York.
They're already doing it, probably on a small level. They're doing it on small levels.
But imagine this scenario, right? Let's say
we're building the Tower of Babel. China's building the biggest structure ever in the entire world.
Right. Well, you think about it communication-wise. The internet, telephone, the whole world can communicate.
Yeah. And also, like Nikola Tesla was saying, you could send energy through the air. It goes to the pyramids. They used to send energy. There's one pyramid that's active still in South America that still shoots energy.
You're flying away.
I'm back.
It's like a bird, man.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
I don't want to know. I'm trying to talk about this.
Alright, let's go back.
So, it's important. The mark of the beast. It's important. So they want to actually implant a microchip in. That's part of the image that this devil, for the New World Order, everybody gets implanted with a microchip. Alright, so envision that there's a great economic collapse.
But they're doing it.
Right. The economy collapses, the entire world's in fucking chaos. Right? And so they implement a new system.
And everybody's like, yay, no more chaos. But really, it's just...
And then they say, right, there's so much chaos, they declare martial law. And they say, well, now that everything's crashed and it's all fucked up, we have this new system of identity in which to be a part of it, you need to get this microchip. It's your new identity. It's your digital ID. This is what you need in order to live in our new world, right?
My problem is I can't leave for that. Other countries on all phones.
It doesn't matter. It's happening all over. It's going to happen all over the
Where
world.
am I going to go?
You're not going to go anywhere.
Where are you going to go?
We're going to stay right here and hope the Lord comes and picks us up.
Did you get it?
That's what it says.
Why is he there?
We got to wait for all prophecy to be the mark of the beast.
No, from
Economic collapse. Martial law.
what hasn't been fulfilled since
Smithers.
Old Testament? Old Testament.
From the Old Testament?
Well, or is already in motion, but 100% in motion, but hasn't been fulfilled yet.
Well, Revelation is what's going to take place before the coming of the Lord.
Well, I fucked up.
Well, what's taking place from the Old Testament? Israel is waking up. We're living under the fourth beast in the vision of Daniel.
But doesn't Elijah and those come back? Well, they're the ones that didn't beat the wall,
When Elijah already did come back.
which was St. John the Baptist.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Came back to somebody else too.
Yeah. John the Baptist and somebody else. But that's a secret.
How do you know about that one?
Dark secret.
It's the dark secret.
How do I know about the John the Baptist thing?
Yeah.
Well, that's in the Bible.
Oh, the one that came back.
Who came back on today and this time? As Elijah? Abba Bivens. It started the whole understanding of the northern and southern kingdom where the Israelites are.
Yeah.
How do we know that? It's part of our teaching. It's part of our faith.
Has it all been written? It has been written.
It has been.
But it hasn't been written. You just
haven't
stuck.
stuck it.
But the only ones that can understand the spirit are those within the spirit.
Right.
And like being moderately reduce yourself from the spirit to it in certain like if you don't know if they're ready to shelter yourself from the spirit in a sense, like so if you continue to like that shelters you from the spirit, which would make you not smoking is the sin. Is it a sin? But it's sins of nothing. Everybody has one of those. And so that's why I smoke those to keep my clean off.
Right. So the Lord is dealing with the elect. Right? The elect of the nation of Israel. So if you don't have the understanding, if the Lord's not dealing with you, if you're an Edomite, if you're of another nation, if you're not an Israelite, you're going into slavery. That's the gist of it. Go ahead.
This is Amos chapter 3 verse 7. This is Amos chapter 3 verse 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Yeah.
I've seen books change in my hands.
So you're a madman. That's all right. And we're actually going to close it out. So we give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Arakak, Madash.
Double honors to the apostles, and great millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Time.
Shalom.
Can you teach me how to say that?